Gord, it was your mother's own fault that she died. She was the one who stole the poison, and she was the one with the desire to kill.
If you knew all of these things, why didn't you tell somebody?
I did. I told Vicky and Clint. They didn't believe me. They said I was just being paranoid.
Fine, then why didn't you tell me?
Oh, yeah, great. You don't even want to see me, much less talk to me. And you certainly don't want to hear anything bad about your mother from me, do you know? So you would just assume that I was just trying to cause trouble.
How dare you cop an attitude like this, Tina? You are the one who made it impossible for me to ever communicate with you because I never know what's going to come out of your mouth next. Now, if you had told me something about my mom, I could have done something. I could have talked to her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then she would have just turned around and convinced you that I was lying.
I was more aware than anyone how sick she was and how much help she needed. I was working on getting her that help. If somebody had told me months ago what was going on between her and Vicky, I could have done something, Tina. If you would have trusted me, if you would have been honest with me for the first time in our relationship, maybe my mom wouldn't be dead right now and you wouldn't be in this kind of a mess.
Trust you, huh? Well, look, I thought that the best thing I could do was possibly get that poison away from her so she would not hurt Vicky or anybody else.
And then what? Turn her over to the cops? Have her arrested for attempted murder? That's why you did it. Get her out of your hair once and for all. Send her to jail.
I can't even believe you're thinking this.
Oh, you're so hurt that I'm thinking it. Honey, you are the one who made it public knowledge that you hated my mother's guts.
I hated her. I hated her because she was a cruel, vicious woman who managed to turn everybody against her, including you. I never meant to hurt her. And I certainly never meant for her to be dead. Look, are you even listening to me?
I've heard all I need to hear.
Oh, great. Great, so you just walk out on me, right? Well, look, buddy, I'm here facing a murder rap. And I could go to jail for the rest of my life for something I did not do.
Tina, I just heard the news. What are they doing to you?
Max, they don't believe me. They think I'm a murderer.
You are not. You're not a murderer, all right? Don't cry. It's going to be okay.
No. No, it's not going to be okay.
Yes. Yes, it will, I promise.
Hello, Dine Women. May I help you? Mr. Robinson? Just a minute, please.
Great. Hi, David. Yeah, I was just about to call you. Listen, I think we're pretty close on the figures here, so... Marilyn, the Robinson folder? Yeah. Yeah, how does 40,000 sound? Thanks. Can we compromise? Yeah, well, why don't I meet you later? How about downstairs? Great. Okay, I'll see you. You seem to be sinking.
Oh, it's just that every time the phone rings, I hope it's Rick.
Oh, sure. You haven't talked to him since you went to Austria?
No, I'm afraid I made a terrible mistake not going with him. What if his feelings have changed and he doesn't want to tell me over the phone?
Oh, now stop. Don't torment yourself like this. He probably got a dozen reasons why he hasn't called you. His schedule in particular.
Well, he said he'd be on the slopes in the morning and then back in the village by 3.
Yeah, but still, he's got weight training. He's going to be running 10 miles. He's got those meetings with his coach. I mean, at the end of the day, he's probably exhausted. He doesn't even know it's time to call you. Listen, and besides that, I have a feeling he's probably tried to call you. You haven't been home.
You're right.
Yeah, but maybe I'm not right. I think you better call him.
Now?
Sure. You'll sleep much better. Listen, I got to meet Mr. Robinson, so you call Rick, and I'll talk to you when I get back.
Okay, Lee. You always know how to make me feel better.
Say hi to Rick for me.
I will. Yes, I would like to place a call to Austria, please.
So where do we go from here?
We have to decide right now.
No, as long as I don't have to worry about Sandra.
You don't. You can forget her.
With pleasure.
Hey, Cass, why don't you take the night off and go get some dinner?
Why don't you join me?
Well, I don't really feel like it tonight.
John, if you try and just forget about what happened today, maybe go out, get something to eat, you might feel a little better.
I really don't think anything's going to make me feel better about killing a man. Besides, I'm all talked out, and I'd rather just get this paperwork done and go back to the apartment and crash.
All right. Oh, by the way, what is this? This was mixed up with all the billing stuff.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll file it.
No, I can file it. I just want you to explain.
It's just some notes I made.
Mm-hmm. Notes on conversations with Ed Hall and Tom Dennison.
Right. Now, do you mind if I go back to work?
Did Tom hire you to find his ex-wife?
He hired Ed to, and then Ed got called out of town on a homicide case.
So you took the case?
So I followed up on the case.
John, why didn't you tell me? You know that Mary Lynn came to me months ago asking me to find her mother's death certificate. You know that Tom also forged that. Now she wants me to help her find her mother, and you're helping Tom cover up the facts.
Cassie, you didn't tell me that you were still working for Mary Lynn.
Well, I met her today for lunch.
And I'm not helping Tom cover up anything.
Then what are you doing?
I can't tell you.
Great. Here we go again with this nonsense. Either I work here or I don't.
Look, just do me a favor, will you? Just tell Mary Lynn to hold off on looking for her mother.
Basically, that is what I did today, but that's not the point. You are still hiding something from me.
I told Tom I wouldn't talk with anyone about it.
Okay, fine. Be that way. I'll find out the information on my own. And while I'm at it, I will take my pencils, my phone numbers, and I'll open my own office.
Those are not your pencils and your phone numbers, and you're not going anywhere.
Then can we please stop this and just trust me and tell me what's going on?
All right.
Thank you.
Mary Lynn's mother is still alive.
That's the big secret.
That's not all of it.
You found her, didn't you?
Yes. She's still here in Lambview.
Lee Halpern? Mary Lynn's mother is Lee Halpern?
When I can tell you, you'll understand why I have to discuss the situation with Max first.
Fine. If that's the way you want to handle this, I'm not going to hassle you.
Steve, please trust me.
It's Max I don't trust. Especially if whatever you've got to tell him involves any kind of a commitment.
Oh, don't worry. I'm quite aware that getting a commitment out of Max is never going to work.
Well, amen. Maybe you're finally waking up to reality.
Yes, his lecture sank in. The fact that I was falling in love with the image instead of the man. But he was so seductive. You know, the adventurer. He certainly can pull people into his wake.
Oh, Gabrielle. He creates his own world, and he operates by his own rules. Yes, he's got redeeming qualities. Max can be so sweet and so loving and so tender. You ought to see him with kids.
I have. He's wonderful.
But he can't commit to anything or anybody, not for very long.
Is that a Holden trait?
No. I'm destined to have my heart broken.
You and I aren't very different, are we? Jeff, where's Judith?
She's filing an appeal to have your bail reduced.
Reduced? What is it?
No, don't get nervous. Judith's confident the appeal will go through.
How much?
$500,000.
What?
Well, Judith fought it every way possible. The judge felt there was a good possibility that you would leave town.
He doesn't even know me.
Tina, don't worry. We only have to come up with 10%. Right, counselor?
The bail's for the full amount.
What? What the hell's going on here? You got her tried and convicted before she even goes to the hearing.
Look, he could have denied bail completely.
Well, it doesn't matter. You might as well have. I'll never be able to raise that kind of money.
Well, I'm sure Vicky and Clint will help you.
I can't ask them for $500,000. Oh, no. You know what this means? This means I'm going to have to stay in jail. I'm not even going to get to see my son.
No. You are not going to stay in jail. I will put up the bail money. You will take cash, I assume?
Max, where are you planning to get that kind of money?
None of your damn business. You just tell me where to take it so I can get her out of here.
Oh, honey, he's trying so hard to be brave.
Vicky,
Did you see him?
Yeah, poor baby.
Well, the worst is over now, thank goodness.
Well, for now, yes. For now. Thank you for coming to the rescue once again.
Wow, listen, Clint and Asa deserve the credit. They got to me in record time.
Clint told me about this clinic that you know about in Switzerland, where they have great successes with young asthmatics.
Have you heard from the clinic?
Well, as a matter of fact, I talked to the head honcho. He says that given Joey's medical history, he's a very good candidate for the program.
When can we get him in?
Well, unfortunately, there's no opening right now, but he did say he would put Joey's name at the top of the waiting list.
So we just wait?
Yeah, I'd get a bag packed because when the opening does happen, Joey's accepted, you're going to have to take off right away.
Well, as soon as we get word, Joey and I will take off to Switzerland.
Okay. Hey, cowboy, how you doing? Oh, how's my man, huh?
Guess what, darling? Uncle Larry has found this clinic in Switzerland where they're probably going to be able to cure your asthma. Isn't that good news?
I want you and Daddy to come with me.
Tom wasn't lying about the automobile accident.
Yes, he was. He lost track of Carol about the time that he packed up Mary Lynn and left Carson City.
She transferred to the Sparks Trauma Center, had reconstructive surgery to repair the injuries she received in the crash, and while she was at it, took on a whole new identity?
And wound up here in Lambview 17 years later.
It's not a coincidence, is it?
Absolutely not. She came back here to reclaim her daughter.
John, why hasn't she told Mary Lynn who she is?
I don't know.
Well, then why hasn't Tom told her?
Well, he has his reasons.
Such as?
He wants a little bit of information on Lee. Now, look, this isn't any of our business. We ought to just stay out of this.
It is our business. Mary Lynn is a good friend of mine, and I'm going to tell her.
You are not going anywhere, and we can't tell her anything.
John, she has a right to know the truth about her mother.
Not if the truth is confidential information that is paid for by our client.
Mary Lynn was my client long before Tom Dennison came to you. She has been going through hell wondering about her mother. She's willing to spend every last nickel in her savings account to find her. John, I could never look her in the face again if I know I've kept this from her. She's a friend of mine, and I'm going to tell her the truth. I know this puts you in a bind, and I'm sorry.
Cassie, it's okay. I understand. You're right. Go ahead and tell her. Do me a favor. Let me call Tom first.
Fair enough.
Get Prime for Jeopardy tonight at 7 here on 7.
Hello, I would like to speak with Rick Gardner, please. I don't know the room number. Yes? No. I'll try back later. Thank you. Lee?
Wait.
Hi.
Hi.
Come in.
There was no answer at your house. I figured you'd be here at your boss lady's place.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm just visiting.
This is nice. It's real nice. Where's your boss?
Oh, she had a meeting in the lounge.
So are you just hanging out up here?
Mm-hmm. I, just called Rick in Austria.
Had a fight?
No. I couldn't reach him.
Maybe he's out cutting up the slopes or something.
Wait, it's 4 in the morning in Austria.
Well, he should call if he cares about you, Mary Lynn.
Well, he's busy with his training schedule. He was probably so exhausted he didn't hear the phone ring.
Whatever.
You're leaving?
I didn't come over to talk about your boyfriend, Mary Lynn.
Wait, I'm sorry. Don't go. What did you come to see me about?
It'll keep.
No. You're still upset about the shooting, aren't you? Here I am feeling sorry for myself, and you're trying to deal with seeing someone get killed. I'm really sorry, okay?
I've pulled myself together about that part of it, but it's not what happened that's bugging me. It's how it happened.
Rolla, where are you? Why haven't you contacted me? Did you get the money from the Sanders mansion?
Steel yourself, Chantel. Max and his brother got to the money first. I tried to get it away from them, but they overpowered me. And then Max made a rather surprising offer. In exchange for a taped confession about my drug dealings in the past, he offered me my freedom and like a stupid fool, I accepted his offer. I made the confession. As soon as I was on a plane back to Argentina, I was arrested by an officer from the International Police. I'm calling from their headquarters in Buenos Aires right now.
Look, I'll make some phone calls and get you a lawyer. As soon as you're set free, we'll get that money back from Max.
Forget about the damn money. I want revenge. On Max, on Gabriel, and on that stinking baby.
That child is Tina Roberts.
No. It belongs to Max and Gabriel. I'm certain of it.
Rolo, if you're wrong...
No, you listen to me, Chantel. I swear, someday Max Holden is going to be so sorry for what he did to me. So very sorry.
Are you telling me your hotel pulls in that kind of cash?
I'm not telling you anything.
Gentlemen, please, Rafe, if we could get the papers together until Mr. Holden brings the cash over, then we can get my client out of here.
Right.
Tina, I really hate to leave you here alone, but I'll be back as soon as I can.
Max, this doesn't mean you're going to have to sell the hotel, does it?
No, I've got the cash. Don't worry about it. And besides, I'm going to get it back, right? Look, all I'm losing is interest, and I don't care.
Aren't you afraid I'll just skip town or something?
Tina, if you do, it'll be real tough to convince anyone of your innocence, so take my advice. Don't even consider it.
Wow. I can't believe you're doing this for me. I mean, never in my whole entire life has anybody had this much faith in me.
It's because no one's ever loved you like I do. And I've never loved anyone in my entire life the way I love you.
Max,
I'm not proposing marriage or anything. Don't sweat it. I know how you really feel about me, and one day you're going to get tired of fighting it, and then we're going to be together. But until then, we'll just be friends. I'll be your shoulder to lean on. No pressure, no problems, no strings.
Evening time was always my favorite time on the ranch, too. It was always so peaceful.
Couldn't have been too peaceful with, you-know-who around.
No, and if he needed to, he'd always invent some excitement. The day that I was on Don Alonso's ranch, Max came to get a job. He invited me to ride over the ranch and show him around. I knew then my life would never be the same again. I should have got on that plane and gone straight back to London.
Gabrielle, broken hearts do mend, and there is life after Max Holden. You are a beautiful, charming, wonderful lady, and you will love again. And I'm telling you, the next guy will not turn his back on you, because he's going to recognize what a gold mine he's got.
Steve, you are the most caring man I've ever met. Thank you.
Here are your messages, Mr. Holden.
Thanks. Did my brother come back yet?
He came in and out a while ago. Oh, the police cleared everything out of Mrs. Roberts' suite. One of the cops told me that the daughter-in-law's been released on bail.
Good. Okay, thanks. Listen, when you pass by the bar, ask Rob to send over another round, will you?
Oh, no, Steve, I can't. I've got to leave.
Okay. Sorry, cancel that. What's the matter now? You got that look in your eye again.
You'll know soon, I promise. Bye.
Thanks, fellas. I appreciate it. Let's go.
Having the police bug my suite while I'm out?
Supervising WVLE's coverage of Maria Roberts' murder.
Ah, I thought you might be on a wild goose chase in Nevada.
Oh, well, I'm sure you know by now my trip out there was a complete bust. You know, I couldn't find a single person in Nevada that would talk about your sordid past.
Maybe that's because my sordid past is a figment of your imagination.
I'll get the evidence eventually.
You're not going to destroy me again.
I'm going to protect my daughter.
Look, I have as much right to be a part of Mary Lynn's life as you do. So you just keep up this vendetta. The only one you're going to be destroying is yourself.
I know you paid off your friends to have them keep quiet about your past. Okay, round one, you win, but I'm not quitting, lady. I am going to nail you. You see, my daughter's happiness is at stake.
I care about her happiness, too.
Oh, for how long? Until you get bored with being a mother and then you run off someplace? Try something a little more fascinating, a little more interesting?
Yeah, you just refuse to understand, don't you?
No, I understand you have no morals whatsoever. No sense of responsibility, and you don't even know what the word love means. You've changed your appearance and your name, but that's all that's changed.
You haven't even bothered to find out who I am now. You haven't even bothered to find out how I might feel. Okay, look. Oh, please, let's put the past behind us, all right?
Oh, that cannot be done.
Oh, come on, let's just have a truce for Mary Lynn's sake, all right? I mean, we can tell her the truth, and then we can both be a part of her life.
I owe you an apology. You have changed. You're smoother now and more cunning.
Oh, buddy, just shut up.
No. You don't want a truce. You want me to forget about your past so Mary Lynn doesn't find out. Then she'll reject me for breaking up the marriage for no good reason, but that's not the way it's going to be. No, ma'am. I'm going to prove I did the right thing when I left you. So, excuse me.
Well, Mommy might not be able to leave as soon as you and me. I mean, your Aunt Tina might need her, Joey.
Please, Mom?
Oh, sweetheart. Okay, if you want us both to go to Switzerland, of course we'll both go. I tell you what, why don't we take everybody, huh? We'll take Jessica and Kevin and Kim, all right? We'll all be together, you'll be getting better, we'll have a wonderful time.
That sounds awful good to me, cowboy.
Why don't I check his breathing, then you can take me to Switzerland.
Honey, what if there's an immediate opening at the clinic? What about Tina?
Well, I have no doubts about her innocence.
Well, Herb sure as hell does. And if she goes to trial, she's going to want you right there beside her, holding her little hand.
I don't think this case is going to go to trial.
I love your optimism.
Darling,
honey, but...
please. Maria's death was an accident. I am thoroughly convinced that Judith is going to prove that. Now, what about the banner?
Briggs can hold the fort down there for us.
Good.
The readers are going to miss Bunny Shabak's little articles.
Oh, well, perhaps you could persuade her to write some articles from Switzerland. Hmm?
Well, if we can outfox Joey's asthma, then she could write about that, too.
How's the baby?
He's sleeping. Oh, I couldn't resist just picking him up and holding him. I mean, Max, if I'm convicted...
You are not going to be convicted. We are going to beat this.
Look, I don't even know how to thank you and Vicky enough for believing in me, but the fact is...
The fact is that you were protecting Vicky because Maria was plotting to kill her. Now, if we can prove that Maria was out to kill Vicky, then we can prove your innocence.
Look, she covered her tracks just too well.
Hey, she had to slip up somewhere. Now, we just have to find something that shows she was out to get Vicky. Now, I want you to go over everything with me. Everything that happened between you and Maria this last month.
Max, I'm too tired. I just want to go up to bed.
Oh,
and
come on. Tina, where's your spirit? Where is that girl I fell in love with? The one that survived the waterfalls and the months in the jungles of Argentina?
She's tired, and I don't have any strength left.
I have got strength enough for both of us. I am not going to let Maria rob you of your freedom.
You are the most stubborn man I've ever known.
That's right. And I'm not giving up. I don't care if I have to prove you're innocent all on my own.
You really won't give up, will you?
On you? Never. So what's it going to be? You going to help me or not?
All right.
All right. Well, come on, sit down over here, and I want you to go over everything for me. And I mean everything.
Oh, John, were you able to get any information that'll help me?
Well, the
tell you the truth, Tom, I've been working on that important case I told you about, so I haven't had a chance to look.
John, I need proof of Carol's past life.
Cassie saw the notes on your case. She's gone to tell Mary Lynn that Lee Halpern's her mother.
You discussed confidential information with Cassie.
She's my assistant. She was going to find the files sometime anyway.
Well, listen, why didn't you stop her from going to see Mary Lynn?
She thought Mary Lynn should know the truth, Tom. I couldn't stop her. Mary Lynn's her friend.
Where'd she go?
She just picked up and left. I don't know.
Well, I better get to Cassie before she gets to Mary Lynn.
Then John told Frank to drop his gun. Frank wouldn't do it. So they both fired, and Frank got it in the chest and went over the ledge. But John didn't get anything. I mean, he should have caught a bullet in the chest or an arm or something, but zip, he was clean. He wasn't even grazed.
You're saying Frank was a bad shot?
I'm saying Frank missed John on purpose. He didn't want to hurt him.
Wait, it all happened so fast.
I know what I saw, Mary Lynn.
Well, Frank told John he was going to kill both him and his wife. If he changed his mind, why didn't he just hand his gun to John?
I don't know. That's what I can't figure.
Does John know that Frank deliberately missed him?
No, there's no way he could have seen it.
Wait, I think the police should know about this. I'll go with you. We can talk to Detective Garrett. Stay here.
Mary Lynn, hi. I'm glad that I found you.
Cassie, how's John?
He's okay. He's still a little shaky, but... Hi.
Hi.
I have to talk to you. Cassie, I know why you're here. You do? Yes. The Montaigne case was the one that had you all tied up, and now that it's over with, you can start the search for my mother.
Mary Lynn, I'm here to talk to you about your mother.
Did you know about the letter that Maria wrote, Court?
No, I mean, the first I heard about it was when the police found it. Believe me, if I'd known about it, I would have taken it.
Well, what was this hold she had over you? I mean, how was she blackmailing you into divorcing Court?
It wasn't really blackmail. It was more like pressure. You see, she thought I was stalling the divorce. I wasn't. I was just trying to make sure that Al was provided for, and she didn't want me to get any money.
And you were pushing for settlement.
I was just afraid of her lies. I was afraid of what she'd say, so I thought maybe the best thing was just go along with her and just get rid of her.
Her letter said something about having proof of your sin. No, what was the sin?
It's a lie. Look, just like every other thing that came out of her sick little mind.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, no.
Hello, Tina. Max, I have to talk to you.
Gabrielle, Tina's had a real rough day, so I think you should leave her alone.
I am well aware of that, and I'm sorry, but this can't wait.
Look, Gabrielle, Max was helping me with my defense.
Well, this won't take long. Max can stay if he'd like. I have nothing to say that he can't hear.
Max, maybe we better finish this tomorrow.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just wait out on the terrace, all right?
I know. No, you don't have to stay.
Well, don't you want me to wait until Vicky and Clint get back?
It's okay, really. I'll be fine, and thank you.
Max has been a very busy man today. He's helped me out greatly, too. I will always be grateful to you, Max.
There's nothing. Look, I'll see you tomorrow, all right?
Max? Thank you for everything. So, why are you so grateful to Max?
Max has solved the danger. You know the man that we suspected, Raul Fernandez? He's back in Buenos Aires in jail. He won't be bothering us anymore.
Oh, Gabrielle. Gabrielle, that is wonderful news. I'm just so relieved for Al.
That's good. I want my son back, Tina.
I thought we were only going to think about the future.
Oh, I was hoping you'd get my message.
Lady asked me to meet her. Lady gets what she wishes.
Not always.
Carol and Millie no longer exist. There is only Lee and Mary Lynn. And if you would just tell the truth, you could have everything you want.
Oh, so easy. Max. That's why I love being with you. You always know the right thing to say.
Is that what you called me for? You need a little cheerleading?
Well, no, not only that. Actually, it was a little bit out of pure curiosity. You see, you asked me to lure Elizabeth Sanders away from her house tonight, and all of a sudden, I hear that her house may have been burglarized.
You don't say.
I do say. Don't be coy, darling. What do you want, an easy million?
Nothing so greedy. Just $500,000. And I got it.
I hope I wasn't interrupting something. No, Wade understood that you wanted to speak with me alone, but you made it sound so mysterious. Is something wrong? Well, some new information has come up. About my mother? Cassie, have you found her? Do you know where she is? Mary Lynn, before you get too excited, maybe you ought to sit down. You don't have to protect me. Knowing the worst is better than not knowing anything at all. Cassie, is my mother alive?
No, you don't mean what you're saying. I don't mean to cause you any more pain, Tina. But now that Rollo is in jail, I'm out of danger, and that also means my son is safe. It also means, too, that you don't have to pretend to be Al's mother any longer.
Look, I am the one in jeopardy here right now, okay? So I can't give him back to you right now.
Look, I know you've fallen for Al. I realize that, and I won't deny you from seeing him.
Look, you do not understand.
Oh, I think I do, Tina. But there's something that you don't understand. Al belongs with his mother. His true mother.
What about me? If all this comes out, they're going to throw me in jail for the rest of my life.
Max, you are a genius.
Oh, come on, yeah.
Okay, I'll give you more. You found a treasure. You outwitted a desperate criminal. What a guy.
What a guy.
Now tell me, so what do you need this money for? You going to buy another hotel?
This one is enough for right now.
Well, you're going to sink more money into Designs by Delilah?
Delilah's doing fine without me.
My God, this is like pulling teeth. Come on, what's the next get-rich scheme, huh?
There is no scheme, Lee.
Yeah, oh, what do you have, $500,000 lying under your mattress?
Well, it's not in my mattress. It's just tied up at the moment.
What?
You might say I made a contribution to my favorite cause.
Well, that is one hell of a contribution, Max. I mean, you must really love this cause. Tina.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Well, she was arrested today for the murder of Maria Roberts.
Yeah, I heard the rumors. What does that have to do with you?
Well, the bail was $500,000. As soon as I heard that, I realized I didn't find the money to invest it. It had to be to help Tina. You think I'm a real fool, don't you?
No, that's not what I'm thinking.
Vicky and Clint, they couldn't help out there. They've got this crisis with their son, and the judge is determined to keep her in jail unless someone could come up with the full amount.
So you volunteered.
What else could I do? I know Tina. Sure, she makes mistakes. She gets in over her head, but she is not a murderer. What she really needs right now is someone to stand there beside her.
Everybody needs a champion.
Well, you understand then how I had to step forward and be there for her.
You're not just a champion to her, are you, Max? Oh, it's all right. Forget it. You don't have to answer that. You know, I just wonder for your sake if Tina loves you half as much as you love her.
Calm down, Tina. There's no way you're going to go to jail.
Look, you don't understand. You're not even trying to.
Look, if you're worried that people will think that you tricked me into giving you my child, you don't have to worry. I'll tell them everything. The whole truth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, the truth is exactly what's going to send me to prison.
Why? I don't understand.
Look. The police think I killed Maria. They have all this proof, all this evidence, and look, unfortunately, it all points at me.
Tina, I'm sorry, but you could clear your innocence if you would only tell your side of the story.
They don't want to hear my side of the story. They don't want to hear that she was going to kill me. They don't even want to hear that I was just defending myself.
Well, why? I mean, why wouldn't they want to hear that? People aren't that stupid, Tina. They're not going to convict you of a murder that you have no motive for. And we do know that you had no reason to kill Maria.
That's not exactly right. You see, there is a motive.
What?
The police found a letter that Maria was writing. And in it, she makes it perfectly clear that she was blackmailing me to divorce court.
Why would she do that?
Because she wanted to ruin me. She wanted to destroy me any way she could. So she went on and on about how she was going to tell Cord this terrible secret that I had. But it never got that far. No, it just got to the point where I agreed to go through with the divorce just so Cord wouldn't learn the truth.
Well, what secret does Maria know? Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Maria was going to tell Cord about Al. You see how this all fits together now? Do you see why they wouldn't believe me if they found out about Al and how I was keeping the secret all this time?
Oh, yes, and they will think that Maria was using Al to blackmail you, and then they'll have their motive for the murder.
And then I'll be lucky if all I get is a life sentence. Gabrielle, that's why I can't give you Al back right now. Don't you see that as long as they think that Al is really mine, then there's no motive for Maria to be blackmailing me. Look, you do. See that? You do understand why I can't give him back to you right now. Don't you?
Oh, yes. I can see how truly desperate you are.
Well, then you go along with this charade right now, at least until they let me go. Please?
Tina, did you murder Maria?
First of all, I want you to know that I am not the one who kept the investigation going.
Well, I'll thank John as soon as you tell me where my mother is.
John was only following someone else's orders. Your dad's.
My father?
Mm-hmm. He went to John and hired him and asked him to do everything he could to find your mother.
He didn't say a word to me about it. Guess he thought I wouldn't believe him.
Well, the truth is, he wanted very much to put an end to all your questions and all your worrying.
I should have had more faith in him.
Mary Lynn, your father found out the truth. John didn't want me to tell you. He wanted you to hear it from your dad.
Why are you telling me now?
Because I'm your friend. Because you asked me to find out the truth for you. And now that we know it, it shouldn't be kept from you anymore.
Did John find my mother, or didn't he?
Ask me a ridiculous question like that.
The police didn't they?
Yeah, well, you know me. They don't. I swear to you, I did not kill Maria.
But you were in her room when she died.
Yeah, I was trying to get the poison away from her. But didn't you hear about some dangerous chemical that was stolen from the lab?
Yes, it was all over the news.
Well, I knew that Maria had it. And I figured out that she was going to use it to try to kill Vicky. So that's why I went there, to take the poison away from her, and then she walked in on me.
And that's when you attacked her?
No. No, she attacked me. Look, I was just trying to get out of there to get the poison away from her, and she fought me for it, and it spilled on her. Gabrielle, she died. Right in front of me. And it was terrible. You do believe it was an accident, don't you? You do believe me, don't you?
Tina, I am trying to believe you, but your story is so incredible.
It's no more incredible than me surviving the Iguazu Falls, is it? Gabrielle, don't you remember that I was the only person in the jungle for you? I was the one who saved your life and Al's.
Of course I remember. I will never forget what you did for us. And I'm well aware that my son could have died if you weren't there to help with the delivery, Tina.
Well, then I never asked for anything in return, but please, Gabrielle, I am asking you now.
Kim, would you please take Joey upstairs? Thank you.
Gabrielle, please. If you don't help me, I'm lost.
Honey, we cannot go to the airport until I call the police station. I have to find out if Tina got... Tina, honey!
Oh, Vicky.
Hello, Gabrielle.
Thank goodness you're here.
Oh, I'm sorry I had to leave you at the station house, sweetheart.
Oh, that's okay. You're here now. How's Joey?
He's better. But Larry said that the asthma attack is one of the worst he's ever had.
Will he be all right?
Yes, I hope he will. We're certainly going to do everything we can to help.
He needs special care and treatment, and we're going to see to it that he gets it.
Well, what kind of treatment?
We've learned about a clinic.
that has had a remarkable success with treating asthma, especially asthma in young children. There's, needless to say, a very long waiting list to get in, but Larry spoke with one of the doctors at the clinic, and then just before we left the hospital this evening, the doctor called back, and he said that there was an unexpected opening.
Well, that's great. So that means that Joey's going to get all the help he needs, then.
Right. I'm going to take him tonight.
You? Well, isn't that something Clint can take care of?
Tina, Joey wants both of us with him in Switzerland. I'll be following them tomorrow.
Switzerland?
Mm-hmm.
Vicky, you can't leave me now.
Come on. I've got to get up there. I've got to stop Cassie before she tells Mary Lynn the truth about Lee.
Lee, I never made it a secret how much I cared for Tina.
No, you're right, you didn't.
Well, I'm sorry if you misunderstood.
Look, Max, there's nothing to be sorry about. I mean, obviously, Tina has some hold on your heart that I've never had.
Lee, you know how I feel about you and what we've had together.
Oh, yeah, I know, really. It was fun for me, too.
It was more than that.
Right, look, Max, it's all right. I'm not some little schoolgirl who didn't get asked to the prom. It's fine. You know, I have learned I just take what I can get from a man, and leave it at that. Not gonna ask for anything more.
You mean love? You must... You're beautiful. You're intelligent. You're a passionate woman. There must have been a lot of men who've loved you.
Oh, Max, you've been around, but you are really naive sometimes.
Maybe. But you haven't always been this way. Now, was it the marriage that made you so bitter?
Oh, no. I'm a great believer in marriage. It's just marriages to Tom Dennison I'd really try to avoid,
I can't believe Tom Dennison hurt you that much.
No, well, if I were the clay and he were the sculptor, then he was really kind. But when I wanted to do things my way, then he wouldn't, take that.
There must have been other men that came into your life after Tom.
Who says there wasn't? Oh, come on. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's talk about something else, all right?
Okay. You told Mary Lynn?
Go. Great. Another depressing subject. No, I haven't. I told you I have to wait for the right moment with her.
Lee, you can wait forever for that right moment. You're going to have to take the risk and chance of losing her.
Oh, Max, you make it sound so easy.
You're calling what you're doing now easier? Just being a friend when you want to be so much more?
Look, I'm scared, all right? I am scared that when I tell her, Tom is going to do something to make her try to hate me. You wonder why I can't open up. You wonder why I'm scared to tell her that I love her, that I'm her mother.
Lee, the last thing I wanted to do was to upset you.
Yeah, I know.
Now, come on. Tell you what, why don't you just let me take you up to your room? You can calm down and we can talk this all out. Just the two of us.
Mary Lynn, I want you to know that I'm telling you this as your friend. Your mother is...
Maybe that's Lee. I've wanted to hear this.
Mary Lynn, please,
Dad. Cassie was just telling me how you hired John to help find my mother. I'm really glad you decided to join in the search, even if you did keep it a secret.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm just waiting for the right time to tell you, that's all.
Well, I guess now's the time. Cassie was just about to tell me the big news.
Mr. Dennison,
Cassie, it's all right, I understand. I know you're a friend of Mary Lynn's and you felt obligated, but I would like to tell my daughter myself.
Yeah, of course, I understand.
Cassie, you don't have to leave.
No, Mary Lynn, your father's right. It is his place to tell you. I'm just really happy that your search is over, okay? Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Dennison.
Good night, Cassie. Oh, Cassie, thank you.
I just want you to know how much it means to me that you changed your mind. I know how reluctant you were to find my mother, but I'm glad you were able to see things from my point of view.
Well, I hope you feel the same way when you hear what I have to say.
As long as it's the truth, I can face it. We'll face it together.
Sure. Honey, I don't know how much Cassie told you, but
I don't believe this. I think it's a conspiracy to keep me from hearing this. Hello, Lee Helprin Suite. Mary Lynn Dennison speaking.
Well, hi, Marilyn Dennison. It's Lee. I was wondering if you were still up there.
Lee, I'm so glad
Honey,
you called.
Can you tell her you called
Yeah,
her back?
Mary Lynn?
What?
You call her back.
Mary Lynn, are you all right?
Yeah. I'm about to get some information I've been waiting for years to hear. And I'd love to share it with you.
Mary Lynn, don't tell her.
What kind of wonderful news?
Why? She's my friend. I tell her everything.
Do as I tell you, please.
Okay. If it means that much to you. Yes, Lee.
Are you still there?
I'm still here. Yes, I just have some other things to take care of. Can I talk to you about it later?
Well, yeah, you can, but that's not the reason I'm calling. You see, it's really late, so I was going to say, why don't you go home?
Lee, I really haven't been working, just tying up some odds and ends.
Yeah, I know, but I need my rest, and so do you, so.
Okay, you're the boss. The suite's all yours. I guess I'll see you in the morning.
Okay, great. Good night.
Good night.
Who works those kind of hours? She's devoted to you. Can't you see that?
Yeah, you think she'll be devoted to me when she finds out I've deceived her?
Can't have faith, babe.
Yeah.
Sit upstairs.
She said she's tired and that I ought to go home and get some rest, too. Wasn't that sweet of her?
Yes, it was. Well, I think perhaps we should take Lee's advice and go home to the carriage house. We can talk there.
Dad, don't make me wait until then.
Sweetheart, you've waited 17 years. A few more minutes won't make any difference with it.
Okay. Let's go.
Tina, honey, I know how much your family means to you. That's why I think you have to look at this from somebody else's point of view now. Joey is a child. He's a very sick little boy. The prospect of going to a strange country for some strange treatment is terrifying him, and he wants his mother and his father with him. Come on, honey, you're a mother. If you were in my position, what would you do?
I know, and I said I'd changed. I said that the old selfish Tina was gone.
Well, you're not really being selfish. You're afraid.
No, you're right. But I'm a grown woman, and Joey's just a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs you more than I do, so don't worry about me. I'll be okay.
Thank you. You really have grown up, you know. Haven't you, Dottie?
Well, I guess having one's own baby makes one grow up pretty fast, huh, Tina?
Yeah. I guess that would do it, wouldn't it? Listen, well, even though Al won't have you around, I know he'll be well taken care of, because he will have Kim to take care of.
Nope. Kim's coming with us.
What? But Kim's practically raised him, and he feels secure with her, and he trusts her.
Tina, while Vicky and I are at the clinic with Joey, someone has to look after Kevin and Jessica.
Honey, the children have had so much upheaval in their lives recently. I just would like them to know that their families are still intact.
Well, what about Al? He needs family, too. You know, I'm going to be so busy with judges and lawyers and everything.
I will give you the names of several very reliable child care agencies, and you can call them first thing in the morning.
But those are strangers. I mean, that's terrible. I mean, it's bad enough that Al's not going to have you or Kim, but to be left with strangers?
Excuse me, but I think I have the answer to this.
Oh, yes, please. Anything that'll help.
Well, I agree with Tina. I think it would be a great shame to leave the baby with the strangers. So, I am perfectly willing to take Kim's place and look after Al myself.
Max, you don't have to do this.
I know I don't have to do this. I want to do this. You, here, come. Sit.
Okay.
And tell me more about these nasty things Tom's going to say.
No. I guess it's not as much the details of it. It's just that I know that he's going to try to get Mary Lynn to stop loving me.
Lee, you're Mary Lynn's mother. Even Tom Dennison can't change that.
He can try. Hey, I want to share something with you.
Oh, okay.
See that box over there?
What, the flowers on it over here?
Yeah.
What's this, recipe file?
No, it's my hope chest. That is when I had hope.
What do you got in here?
Okay. You promise you won't think I'm silly?
Would I do something like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at this.
Carol Dennison. Mary Lynn Dennison.
Yeah. tiny her ankle was. We could barely fit her name on this, too. See, it was so long. I wanted the name Mary.
Oh, it's a grand old name.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? But Tom wanted Lynn, so we compromised. Well, that was about the last thing we agreed on.
What else you got in this treasure chest here, huh?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, come on. Let me take a look. Whoa, what's this? What's this here?
Oh, all right. It's a puppet. A little hand puppet. Oh, look at you, Matilda. This dress is all wrinkled and your hair is a mess.
What's this in her hand?
It's a magic wand.
Oh, silly me. So what, she's a witch, right?
No, Max, she's not a witch. She's a fairy godmother.
Ah.
I gave Mary Lynn this puppet when she had her 2nd birthday, and I told her that if she made a wish, she waved this wand, it would all come true.
Think Matilda worked for me? What do you think?
No, she only works for simple wishes. You know, things that kids wish, like candy canes and chocolate kisses and...
Sounds like a very happy memory to me.
It's really happy. It was the last happy memory I had. You know, I look at this puppet, and I think of the time when I went into my house and it was deserted. And all that was left in that crib was this puppet.
Hey, it's okay. Just let it out.
I mean, I didn't know what to do, so I took her. And I held her to my heart, and I made a wish.